Hello everyone and welcome to Dungeon Delvers. I'm your host, Cameron Blenton, and today I'll be talking about Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, or as I like to call it, Xanathar 2 Electric Boogaloo. Well, I'll be talking about what we actually know for sure and not just some guesses. Before I get started, I gotta say, not crazy about the title. They could have made it a little bit more different than Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Like, come on, Tasha's Cauldron of Mysterious Magics would have been a much better title. But I digress. So, what do we know about the book? Well, it's 192 pages long and contains 4 major chapters. These chapters dig deep into new character options, spells and magical items, group patrons, and various tools for the Dungeon Master. With character options, we get 22 new subclasses, with each class getting at least 1 new subclass. And this includes the Artificer. Granted, 5 of these subclasses are reprints, such as the Order Domain for the Clerics, Circle of Spores for Druids, College of Eloquence for the Bards, Oath of Glory for the Paladins, and a rework for the Blade Singing subclass for the Wizard. Additionally, the 17 other subclasses were shown in Unearthed Arcana material, so that means we can make some pretty accurate guesses on what the new subclasses are going to be and what they can do. Additionally, we know a few of the subclasses that will be in the book as well as what they can do. With the Barbarian, we get Path of the Wild Magic, Sorcerer comes in with the Psionic Mind, and finally, the Warlock gets the Genie Patron. The Path of the Wild Magic Barbarians use magic as they rage, but because of that rage, they can't control it, so it just shoots off wildly and with no control over what that magic will be or what it will do. Some of these include, but are not limited to, Multicolored Light with Darude Sandstorm playing to give you a bonus to your AC. Every time you get hit, a magic fist pops out and punches your enemy. You teleport. Or an enemy that you can see will take necrotic damage and rot. A little. Or a lot, really, depending on their health. Which is horrifying to think of. Imagine this dude rolls up in the middle of town and just yells, and all the frail, elderly, and young just start to turn to bones and dust right before your eyes. This barbarian has some very interesting features that I'm not entirely sure about. Like, I love randomness. But there's only 8 options for the Barbarian, and none of the random abilities are hurtful to the Barbarian or their allies. Like, Sorcerers of Wild Magic can accidentally blow themselves up, open a one-way portal to the Plane of Fire, or 100 different things. But this Barbarian is always on the positive side with their Wild Magic, so I just think that's kind of lame. Then, we get to the Warlocks and their Genie Patron. These Warlocks have struck a bargain with some variety of Genie. Or perhaps they released one from a lamp and let it go as long as it granted them some magical powers. This subclass is probably my favorite because of how flavorful it is. This subclass actually has subclasses to it. Never happened before. After choosing that, your patron is a genie. That can be a genie of the earth, fire, wind, or water type. Each different genie gives you a different spell, and that's super rad. Warlocks really are the greatest game of dress up in the world's greatest role-playing game. This subclass also gives you a neat little toy known as a vessel. This vessel is super flexible in its appearance and its uses. The vessel allows you to hide in it for a certain amount of time and gain a short rest while in it. At higher levels, you can actually bring your entire party on for the ride. Warlocks may not be the strongest of classes, but they really are the most flexible and versatile. Next up is character options, which totally changes how players will be playing D&D. In normal rules, each race has bonuses to certain stats. For example, a goblin gets a +2 to dexterity and a +1 to constitution. With this new system, you can actually put that +2 and that +1 anywhere you want, allowing for some more unique characters and some really fun combos. I'm looking forward to seeing a Goliath wizard. And that's pretty much it for character creation. Now for magic items and spells. So far, we have a few reveals thanks to the D&D celebration that was going on. We got those summoning spells I reviewed in previous videos. We also get Tasha's Caustic Brew, Tasha's Otherworldly Guise, Tasha's Mind Whip, and other spells that are yet to be revealed. We also are given new creatures to summon with Find Familiar, such as a baby owlbear, a skunk rat, and a chewinga. As far as magic items go, we get the magic tattoos and some very unique named items like the Demon Nomicon of Igwiliv, which is, the demon name for Tasha. For DMs, we get magical environments to give players some challenges on the road, aside from, being randomly attacked by wolves and owlbears. And finally, group patrons. These are when groups of adventurers work for a very powerful and or rich person, or thing. This part gives ideas for how to work this into stories and make really epic tales with it. And that's pretty much it for the reveals. And rest assured, I'll be reviewing the book as soon as it comes out, or if any new news comes out, or if there's any more leaks. But what do you guys think of the new subclasses? Any idea for what the other subclasses might be? Why don't you let me know by tweeting me at ZTVGoofingOff, and be sure to use that all-important hashtag, Dungeon Delvers. As always, I'm Karen Bletton, and I'll see you guys later.